Morning, higher level. I'm just going to go through the solution for GLAS PLC, which I gave you to do the other day. So on the right side here, you'll see the question, and on the left side is the solution. So here's our question, and we can go to scroll down now and see what we're asked to do. So first thing is cash purchases. So we defined out cash purchases. If our credit period received from trade creditors is 2.5, so the formula we use is period of credit received from trade creditors. That's our formula that we use, and it's equal to 2.5. We're trying to find cash purchases. So over on the left then is our solution. So I have our formula out that we're going to use, and we know that it says from the question here it equals 2.5 months. So we have equals 2.5 months. Okay, so we don't know what the cash purchases are, but we're going to find out what the credit purchases is, but in order then to find the cash purchases, we need to know what the total purchases are. So total purchases, the formula always for total purchases is cost of sales plus closing stock, minus opening stock is 600,000. So on the left you have your cost of goods sold plus closing stock minus opening stock. So then we know our figure for purchases is 600,000, and we just use that formula every time. So going back then to what we're asked to do, so to find out our cash purchases. But before we need to find out our cash purchases, we need to find out our credit purchases. So we use our formula here. So creditors over credit purchases multiplied by 12. Now we don't know what credit purchases are. So what we do is we swap the formula around. So where it's 2.5, we swap it here, put it underneath creditors, and we put credit purchases then up here, like I did here. Okay, so then we plug the formula in. 98,000 is creditors over the answer to the formula 2.5 that I got here over in the corner just here. And the question, multiply by 12, and that's 470,400. That's credit purchases. So then we know what total purchases are. Minus credit purchases, we're going to get cash purchases. So their total purchases minus credit purchases equals cash purchases there. So that's the first part done there. The next one then moving on is interest cover. So this is the next formula we're doing here. So interest cover, we go to our book and we see it's profit before interest over interest. Okay, that's our formula. So if we go up to back to the question, profit here is 63,000. Okay, over interest is 20,000. And so we put them over each other and we get 3.15. How do we know what to put after? Because beside our formula it says whether it's times, percentage, cents, etc. So times we have here. So that's interest cover. Then the next one on back to the question here, we're asked for the dividend cover. So the dividend cover here is part 3. So dividend cover, our formula is net profit after interest of preference dividend over ordinary dividend. So that's the formula in our book. So net profit 43. So go back to the question. Our net profit there, 43,000. Yeah. So our net profit then, after profit, so our 43,000. So our net profit there minus interest of 20,000 because it's net profit after interest. So we get 43,000. Okay, and preference dividend. So the preference dividend then, if you go down to preference dividends, it's 6% of 250,000. Okay, so just to remind you again, profit after interest is net profit minus interest is 43,000 minus our preference dividend, which is our 6% of 250,000. Okay, all over ordinary dividend.